Welcome, sir. Oh, yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Eddie, and good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you join us. This will be a very exciting lesson and training, and I'll try to see how I can do this in 20 minutes or 25 minutes. Okay. Now, what I'm attempting to do here is unpack the thinking behind the Moonacade presentation slide. Okay. And because if you understand the reason behind each slide, it will be easier for you to, to navigate it through. I tell people when you're trying to present, all right, the first thing you want to do is to be clear about your message, all right, before you want to, a lot of people when they present, they're trying to sell so hard, so they get into confrontations with people, they get into, arguments and debates, okay? So rather than see it that way, try to see your presentation as you're trying to offer clarity, okay? Or offer clarity based on your opinion and more importantly, facts and figures, all right? So beginning of the slide starts with a disclaimer. Why I like putting a disclaimer is that it gives me that professional covering, okay, and also puts me in front of people as, as I'm here to properly sell a message and not here to, try and hype up and boost people. So please, it's good you always include your disclaimer at the beginning of the slide, your presentation. But remember that this presentation will call a lot of big numbers. So that's the purpose, all right? So it keeps you safe and everything. Now, one of our fundamental purpose in Moonacade is to be able to show people the crypto they should be able to buy and sell and hodl, all right? We're a hodling community for Moonacade. So that's why there's an opening question: what crypto should I buy and hodl? Now, I like using questions to open presentation because at that point in time, everybody's like, okay, so I need to buy something, and how do I need to keep something? So sometimes we might just use this second slide to explain what hodling is all about and go to the next slide, which is welcome to Moonacade. Now, look, this was intentional. I didn't say after the disclaimer, I went to welcome to Moonacade. Rather, after a disclaimer, I opened their mind with a question, all right? All right, before you introduce yourself, always open the mind of people, because if their doors are not open, you can't get in, they can't listen to who you are. So don't make the mistake of saying, welcome to Moonacade, when you've not started or you've not made an attempt to open their heart and open their mind. So you want to engage with the audience, an audience that is thinking, an audience that whose mind are engaged, all right? It's a better sell and an easier sell than when you engage with a closed-minded audience. And one of the ways to open, or one of the proven ways to open the mind of your audience, is to ask mind-challenging questions, okay? Now, from Moonacade, in terms of content, you can actually skip this. What we did next is that we try to establish, you see, in presentation, most times people are looking for facts, and they are not just looking for facts, they are looking for who is speaking to that fact. Okay, so is it just some random guy in some rainforest that's talking about this, or is some reputable, respected organization, or a norm that everybody can connect with? So by the time I tell them welcome to Moonacade, next thing I want to show them is, well, could this be the reason why people are choosing crypto? And that's why I say why most people are choosing crypto, right? And this, you see, numbers are very powerful. Numbers are like stories. They sell, all right? Why information just tell? Information can be overwhelming. But when you put numbers, okay, when you're trying to drive on the point, you put numbers, the minds of people are open. So what we did here was, we know everybody knows, all right, that gold is valuable. Everybody knows that, gold is something that you should keep. It's precious. You should keep gold. Everybody knows that, right? But at the same time, very few people also know that gold is just one store of value, that other options, and people are thinking that if they hold their gold, after a while, the value of gold is going to get to the roof, all right? They don't know that they're getting to gold at, at a different era entirely. But now, what we did here is that we showed them a 10 years period, a 10 years window, what has happened with the value of gold compared to what has happened with the value of crypto. And you can see 2012, 1 ounce of gold was 1,547. 2022 February, 1 ounce of gold is just 1,920. That means that appreciated with maybe $300. Now, taking that to crypto, you have noticed that someone who used the money of 1 ounce of gold and put it into crypto and Bitcoin, for example, that person today would have been sitting over 61.8 million. Trust me, this is very captivating. This is where everybody gonna say, okay, I think crypto is it. But again, we want to bring some sort of, we want to draw the line, like, okay, why is it that gold just appreciated by $300 in about 10 years, but meanwhile, crypto is doing 10,000s of X's? And this is the reason. All right, this is the reason. Trend cycle, the trend curve. All right. The reason why you see gold is not making so much gains compared to Bitcoin is because gold is at a stability period, the stability phase. At the stability phase, it's a bit difficult for you to see that astronomical growth or exponential growth. All right. Compared to crypto, that is still at the accumulation prosperity phase. That's where you see those massive gains. So what that means is that the time is going to come that one Bitcoin, probably one Bitcoin is $100,000 at, let's say, 2040 or whatever. And 10 years after, 2050, one Bitcoin just moved from $100,000 to maybe $112,000 or $110,000. All right. So what I'm saying next is that this jump in price of Bitcoin is not going to remain forever. Once the crypto gets a stability phase, it's difficult for us to start seeing those astronomical growth. That's why I tell people that just smart, that you start considering allocating some part of your investing into emerging trends, emerging industries. And this is what we've established there. Now, we went further to call this a digital gold rush. And why we're using the word gold is because we needed something that they already know. So you go from the known to the unknown, all right? So rather than refer to crypto, we call it a digital gold rush so people can connect. And yeah, what we're trying to do with this table, like most of us know already, we're showing them how powerful digital gold rush is, like how profitable it is, like the kind of numbers that this digital gold rush is actually delivering to people, And then what happens? They get so excited and they want to start investing into digital gold rush. That is where you come in as somebody that they have to listen to. How do you prove to them that it's better they listen to you than listen to some brother or to listen to some random person that's telling about crypto? The only way you can prove to them is you have to prove to them that you have an ample amount of knowledge about what you're saying. So that is why we came about the two crypto life cycles. And we went for that, tell them that, well, there are two kinds of crypto. The weak ones, this is the crypto you should avoid. For the fact that we are actually in a digital gold rush dispensation does not mean that every crypto will do well. Weak cryptos, you should avoid them. The reason is simple. They have a life cycle that will eventually lead to death, which means people losing their money. So, and that's why knowledge is needed. All right. So give an instance that probably it launches at $2, the price went as high as to $24. People make money, then it came down to $12. They said, oh, like the story of Bitcoin. Bitcoin came down, it went up beyond where it was previously. But no, this goes to 17 and came further down. 3,000 went to 5,000 and came $5 came further down to $0. You see, debt. So those kind of weak crypto, their life cycle are pump, dump, and debts. So now what happens to the audience at this point is that they get like, oh wow, I thought everything about digital gold rush is, it's easy, I thought everything was just straight to the point. Oh, invest into any kind of crypto. So first and foremost, you're already open your mind to the fact that there are weak cryptos there and they can lose a lot of money. Now, next thing is that you show them a table, which is actually showing them how these weak cryptos over time have led to people losing their money massively. All right. Then you take them to the second one, legacy crypto. Now, this is where you're taking them to. But you cannot take them here when you've not established that there are weak cryptos out there. You buy this class of crypto and we show them just typical flow, how it goes, how the chart goes and go further and even go up to the roof. Now, the reason why we intentionally do this is we did this chart, like you see, it went up, it came down, we even went even further down. Is that we needed to open the audience, the mind of the audience that look, for the fact that you're dealing with digital crypto, doesn't necessarily mean that all the price will just keep rising up as a linear line. No, all right. It still will be exposed to some depths. It will be exposed to some dips. But in the long run, over time, 2 years, 3 years, 1 year, 6 months, 5 years, 10 years, you would have seen that it has appreciated in a very unbeatable and unthinkable manner. Then of course we came back to this table, and there we said this is the power of buying and holding legacy crypto. We're showing them. Now listen, buying and holding legacy crypto, there's a power in it, and this table just goes out to expose them to the power of buying and holding legacy crypto. Then now they've known the two types of crypto, and they say, oh wow, oh legacy, want to get into legacy. Then now you come to them that, oh well, this is how to profit from digital gold rush. Now you tell them, well, my presentation, I'm going to give you 2 ways for free. The remaining 10 they are locked for paid subscribers. Now everybody would want to get in there because nobody loves to be denied access, all right, to everything. All right. So you tell them, number one, you talk about the buy and forget, and we show them this. We show them what $1,000 has done in the last 1 year with different projects. Okay, buy and forget, we explain to them the idea behind it. Then we even went further to set and forget. And we set and forget, there's really no need for you to read all these many things. For me, I just ignore them. What I go to, I just go here and show them that, well, set and forget is like you spending the same amount of money within a period repeatedly over time. So in this case, for example, this guy was buying Ethereum worth $25 every single week since 2015. So that means he has bought Ethereum 318 times, as you can see. And he has invested a total of $7,950, and duration was 6 years. Okay. So it would normally not, probably didn't have the $7,950 to buy Ethereum in 2015, but buying it in bits, buying in a convenient way using the DCA strategy, you would have seen how much he has accumulated, which in reality is about 397 Ether. Okay. Now this is the bigger value, not even the fiat value, because after 6 years, the $7,950 that I spent is standing on 1.6 million. So yeah, so they kind of say, wow, this is really great. I think this is another way I can benefit from crypto. And of course, we just use this to show people that, well, our analysts are very, very smart and do very well. And again, it's the truth, it's the truth, yeah, and it's just like the polka dot. We just showed an example. What I like to do, I just show them, well, you've got 400 dots. When we called it, you have spent 14,000. Our expected ROI, not a promise anyways, nothing less than 300,000. And that is just the basic. We've not added staking, we've not added other opportunities that come with it. So they get to see that, wow. So I'll come to a community that's extremely knowledgeable as to what to do and what not. Then yes, this is very, very important. At this point in time, okay, you need to also clear the air that Moonacade is not for everybody. And not for everybody is meaning that if you can actually do what the Moonacade analysts are doing, you don't need Moonacade, which is what? Well, one, have you got time to do deep dive on a growing list of over 18,000 crypto? Like, can you go through all of them? Have you got a smart way? Okay, have you got the bank grade tools and manpower to spot the next legacy crypto? You think you have that? Then have you got what it takes to spot 98% of crypto that might eventually fail, which is true. 98% of them will eventually fail. So have you got what it takes to spot it? Now can you analyze and interpret fundamentals and technical data? The beauty about this is that at this point in time, your audience, your prospect knows for a fact that, hey, I think I need Moonacade. Because, oh, I never knew it's this overwhelming. Oh, I never knew it can be so demanding. So what if there is somebody or there is a system, all right, that, gives me a shortcut or like just help me through the process, and that's it. So at this point in time, you notice a lot of people be like, oh, wow, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do that. And so I think Moonacade is for me. Then we go to the big question. By the time they've established that Moonacade is for them, people, the next thing in the hearts of people is that, oh, how much do I need to get started to start buying into this project? And that's how I tell them, listen, $100 is very powerful. Because investing in crypto can be very, very risky. And that's why we tell people, don't invest money you can't afford to lose. $100, $50, $200. But why? I want to show you how big this is. So you have to let your audience understand that, listen, after you have paid the subscription, which is the most expensive thing you ever pay, for example, in your life probably, all right, to start investing in this project, you don't need a lot of money. You don't need it, just $100. And we went for that to establish what $100 is. If you're buying into a good project and doing a buy and forget $100, over the period of time, like Bitcoin in about 12 years has turned $100 to 81 million. That's the power of $100. Look at BNB. In space of 6 years or so, turned $100 to about 590. So you can imagine. You can imagine someone who put in $100 here, $100 here, $100, he would have made it kill. And that's it. I must let people understand that, look, this thing, it's not as overwhelming as it is. $100, yeah, you can start buying into this project with as little as $50 or $100. Now, any costs? Okay, now at this point in time, because they already have seen what Moonacade is for, they've agreed that, okay, yeah, this thing is for me, then you want to talk about the cost. Okay, usually what I do at this point, okay, is to like outline to them, well, we have 6 months, we have 12 months, and if you recommend 3 people, you can actually get 6 months access. Okay, it's just straight to the point, and that's it. And they have to get in. Then what do you get as a Moonacade? Okay, Zoom meetings, access to arcade, Telegram groups, marketplace, pick of the month, YouTube open calls, and this is very big, exclusive AMA for the founders of crypto projects. Now, you know that, let me show you something. We called a project the other day, and let me see where I've got it here. The other day, I just saw the project somewhere, and I was really excited. That, wow, this. Let me show you people about it. Yeah. I really got excited. Wow, we are very, very bullish on this project, for example. And just one short example. This is it after. Is it? How many of you have heard of this project? We've been calling this project since last year, and they partner with Ferrari. This is somewhere, some country where they have their billboard and everything. So yeah. So now this project people right now, we're working with getting an AMA with them. All right. So an AMA means they ask me anything with the founders of this kind of project. So they come. So you don't just invent any project. Some projects you might want to talk to the founders. Okay. And we have done with a couple of projects. And that is what some of the things they stand to gain. joining Moonacade. Well, that's the end. So let's go to the moon. Let's create generational wealth by spotting fresh crypto opportunities before the board. So thank you very much. And yeah, so Mr. Eddie, I think this was quite a quick one for me. Do you have any questions?